Welcome to Vintage Burn Podcast. This is Kev.
Marco.
Doug.
And it has been a while for us. It's nice to be in the same room with these guys too.
Yeah.
We went to twice in 1 week. We went to a show on Wednesday in Massachusetts to see Candlemass. For those of you out there, Candlemass fans, there's 3 dates that they did. We got lucky.
In the U.S., yeah.
So Boston got lucky. We got one of the 3 dates with the mighty Candlemass. Very cool. And I liked, I don't know about these guys, but I liked one of the opening bands, Ruby the Hatchet. Pretty cool 60s, 70s psychedelic rock, female fronted.
I was watching the Celtics game come back
And
at the bar next door while they were on.
I caught most of their set and did enjoy them.
Oh, Lolo, you didn't even jump in to introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm here, guest appearance.
And Popeye, so you might hear some dog noises, mostly out of his ass.
Yeah, he destroyed the living room earlier, or the whatever.
The dining room.
And one of these guys will blame Popeye at some point.
Yeah, I'm going to blame him a bunch in a little while.
So it's nice having everybody on once you guys hear this and it's uploaded. We want to thank everybody for listening from all around the world. We still don't know why, so if you could maybe let us know you actually tuned in, that'd be great. Well, without further ado, we're going to... There's a new slasher movie that came out this year, Scream 5, following in the footsteps, at least I think, of the Halloween reboot. Saw the success of that, and here we are. Now we're doing Scream. So what we decided to do was do the entire series and just rank it individually and as a group and just kind of chat about it all the way up to this 5th Scream movie, which is called Scream. They're doing what Halloween did. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Which confused me for a little bit there when I was trying to look it up on IMDb. I'm like, okay, where the hell is it? Like, where's Scream 5? Where the fuck is Scream 5?
This is how it goes now.
Yeah, Scream 2022.
Well, Marco, right? You want to kick it off?
Yeah, I'll start with the first one. My personal favorite. I'll already give you my ranking. That's my number 1. But best opening sequence ever done. In not even just the Scream series, one of the best opening sequences in any horror movie I've ever seen. What do you think?
I agree. I think it's a great sequence in the 90s. I mean, out of anything that was being done, it was pretty good, on gore. As I feel like the 90s, a lot of the TV shows cleaned it up, WB and all that. So it was good to see them have a WB feel, but then, warm guts, hanging out.
I like how, it was made in 96, but, the film was supposed to be around that time. So we're getting a glimpse of the 90s, and that now the kids are 20-something years old, never experienced that. It's kind of like us watching movies from the early 80s, like, shit, like, it's like a little time capsule. Mm-hmm. And that's what I like about Scream 1, especially the opening scene, and like, the big clunky cordless phone.
Yeah. Oh, that's a good point. Yeah.
And like Drew, because they do have the phones, you can see the phones kind of progress throughout the series. But then you can tell Drew Barrymore is like a little.
She's the best part.
Yeah.
And what about the Jiffy Pop? You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yep.
That brings me back to those days too. I know they still sell the stuff, but.
Well, and also having a famous A-lister get whacked in the first 10 minutes. It's like they I think they started that. I don't remember that in any other series.
You know what it is that the advertising was completely basically, if I remember correctly, it's been a while, but I don't think it featured Neve Campbell much. It literally featured Drew Barrymore. So everybody thought she was going to be the star. So the shock when you go see that movie in the theater.
She's out.
And she's out in the first 10 minutes.
That's a good call.
But then they carried that into the rest of, for a portion of the series, it went back to
I think they did it with Jada Pinkett in part
They did with Jada.
Well.
And I can't. In 3, did they do that in 3?
Was 3 with Jenny McCarthy?
Yes.
Yeah.
So technically,
which one was the one where Carmen Electra farted?
Oh, that
was scary movie.
That's scary movie.
I love series.
I love
they
scary
do
movies.
To make fun of Scream and Scary
Movie. That's the third time you mentioned that tonight. And we need to watch that.
Well, what's funny about that is Scream originally, the title for the series was actually supposed to be Scary Movie. I don't know if you knew that.
No.
We didn't know that. No.
Yeah, I don't know why they changed it, but they're like, oh, it doesn't really sound cool enough, so they changed it to Scream eventually.
I think Scream is kind of a good, like, you know, I'm surprised it hadn't been taken before that by some, like, actually it might have, I don't know that. It might have been some, like, 70s movie or something, or 50s movie.
But what I liked about Scream as a whole, it just the way they kind of, like, poked fun at the horror genre in general, and they pointed out the tropes, and it's funny, like, that one scene when Neve Campbell's, like, when she gets the call after Drew Barrymore's dead, and she's like, oh, they're all so stupid, they run up the stairs, and as soon as the guy pops in, what does she do? She runs up the stairs.
Yep.
And I think it's cool, like, that she points out the trope, but she also commits the trope. And that's what I like about Scream. It's not too self-indulgent. It's just really fucking good. I don't know.
Good point.
I'm a big Matthew Lillard fan in general.
Oh, me too. You know, starting with SLC Punk.
Yep.
Really
Yeah.
Is he
love
the
him
guy
in
that was
that.
on Scooby-Doo?
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah, he's Shaggy.
I liked
Okay.
the dynamic of Billy and Stu.
Yeah.
You know, like a tag team, goofy killer duo. You know, so I like nothing original really here. I mean, I guess that's not true. So there is some originality with this. This might even be one of the last really good original slasher movies. You know, I know a lot of like underground fans are gonna kill me for that. What are you talking about? Terrifier is amazing. Fuck off.
I
No,
don't
it's
know.
not.
I really think whoever came up with Ghostface, like, were they really thinking though, or was it? I bet you it was a joke to start, because it is not scary.
What the character Ghostface?
Like the character Ghostface. It's just not like. Just think about it. He's like a whimsical looking killer.
Right, but
But
he's got
that's
like
kind
a
of the point.
9-foot buck knife or something. and
That was such a popular mask at that time. I think
For
it meant
what though? What was it?
just as a Halloween
Halloween
costume.
mask.
You're right.
Oh.
So I think it could have been like this. Someone could have bought this, and this could be anybody.
Okay,
Anybody could
that
have walked in
makes
any
It's
store.
like it's a good point.
And
man.
it's like it gives that like extra like layer of depth. I think.
Yeah,
like, it
yeah.
could be
But it certainly
anybody
doesn't
wearing
make
this.
it scary.
No,
It
the
makes
mask
it more
itself.
whimsically, and I think that's the Scream series.
So
It's a whimsical, scary kind of deal.
I can't recall exactly, but I know they had a bunch of different ideas for the mask designs and all that stuff. But eventually, like, I think one of the producers saw the mask in a store, and they just reshaped it a little bit and kind of made it the outfit. And that was it. But they had a bunch of other stuff, and I forget where I saw it. I saw like a little documentary on it, and it was showing some of the designs, and trust me, it's a lot better than the other designs. I wish I could remember them a little bit clearer, but yeah, overall, it's my favorite Scream movie. That's my number one. If I had to rank it, it is number one.
Number one for Marco.
Yeah.
What about you?
Yeah, definitely my favorite of the series. 7.3 on IMDb and 79% on Rotten Tomatoes. I got both of them. Usually I don't get Rotten Tomatoes, but since we're ranking them,
Use the line from other movies, don't fuck with the original, and I agree with you.
true that. What about you, Kev?
It is my number one.
Number one.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's a bit the nostalgia of it, and how it was done, and I felt like when I was a teen or whatever at that point, was that preteen? Yeah,
We would have been 11.
11. Yeah, so
So
that
preteen.
was that.
We were just discovering our bodies
Like,
for the time.
just discovering everybody
I
just in
I
time
already
for Scream.
I already discovered my body multiple times.
Yeah, Marco was like using his body like a fun park. I think I was just getting finding my first pube.
Lord help me. Sorry, little guy gets older. Oh no, I'm gonna have to hide the socks.
Stiff Socks.
Oh no.
Yeah, that's
Great podcast name. Somebody
That's-
already has it, but
Stiff socks. Oh, that's
Stiff
a good
socks.
one.
Stiff socks.
it's already taken, unfortunately.
You looked it up?
No, it's by my band. Bobby Lee was on it, and he's my favorite. So
Yeah, right. You got some funny friends.
all right. So I think we all agree. Scream.
oh, and I want to mention one more thing. I love Randy, by the way.
Randy.
Yeah.
Yeah, Randy's
Yeah,
cool.
Randy's great. He's the
Wait,
fun.
what about Dewey?
He's the fun.
Dewey's cool too, but Randy is the best in that movie. He's the one who points out all the tropes. He works at the video store.
Yeah, I
agree
mean the
with
first.
He's the one who fingers Skeet Ulrich in it. He even says it. He's like, the boyfriend.
Yeah.
He's like, everybody's a suspect. I love it. He's my one of my favorite parts. Jamie Kennedy.
Yeah, he's great in it.
That's neat.
Skeet Ulrich playing Billy Loomis, and then Matthew Lillard. I mean, I think the whole cast was good, man. Even Rose McGowan was good.
Everything about that one was good.
Yeah.
And I love like when she goes into the fridge and she comes out and you see the nipples like in Kingpin.
Like in Kingpin, yeah. I always think of that. So that was like half the cast of like Charmed, right? Wasn't it Nev Campbell, Rose McGowan, and then wasn't there who's the other one?
Alyssa Milano.
Alyssa Milano.
She's not in it though.
What? No, not.
She's in Charmed though, right?
She's in Charmed, yeah.
Was Sharon and Doherty on that show too?
Yeah, I think there was like 4. I think one of them like came and left. I think it might have been, I don't know, but I'm just glad Nev Campbell's in this.
All right, Doug. What about Scream 2? What do you got?
All right, so Scream 2 came out the next year, right? 97.
Yep.
2 hours. That's the other thing with all these movies. They're all like...
They get longer and longer, don't they?
2 hours or like an hour and 50 on. I mean, that's a long freaking... That's a lot of movie. But
they have to tell you everything. They have to remind you of why it's associated with the last, Yeah, it's all the extra.
We should look up which one of them has the most kills in it.
Oh, that would have been
good to know.
It's a good idea. I'll do that.
So 6.3 on IMDb and 81%. So on Rotten Tomatoes, number 2 actually got the highest score. But it got the 3rd highest score on IMDb.
What?
So
what's wrong with RT?
So, do you want to go into the movie a little bit?
Yeah,
Or should we just talk about the... Cameron, you on drugs? You fucked with the lights the first, 10 minutes of the podcast, and now you're...
Definitely on drugs.
So, real quick, that was a good idea, Lolo. Scream 1 had 8 kills.
Okay.
And this one has 10 kills.
Which one? This 2?
Part
All right,
2.
Cool.
So, yeah, going to the beginning, since nobody seems to want to take it, you get to the Jada Pinkett intro, which her and Omar Epps are watching the movie.
Yep.
And which is the best, man.
The movie scene.
Yes, I
will agree that is a good scene.
Dude, I would love to be at a movie that's actually that insane with everybody running around. Every time somebody gets killed, everybody's going crazy.
It is a good sequence for sure. Yeah. And not to get political, but
that should have been what happened.
This is what I loved about
last time.
this is what I loved about the 90s. You could talk about taboo subjects like whatever, your sexuality and drugs and race, and it was done so well for us as youths. And you could see it was just kind of painted in. Mm-hmm. And Jada Pinkett Smith in this scene, and you said Omar Epps, right?
Omar Epps.
They did an amazing job. When he was she was Black Power everything, and then he was he gets to the ticket booth station. He's like, we'll have two black tickets for the Black Eyed Peas, and if you have any Black Power, he was just saying to her it was enough is enough, and it was really well done, but it was still touching on societal issues and topics, and
of course
not thrown in your face like we have in the new horror movies. They're just here it is. This is what I'm trying to tell you. So I don't know. I like that because it's watchable and it's a really fun scene.
It is, and the thing about it is what I really like is when he goes to the bathroom, right, and Omar Epps gets stabbed through the bathroom wall, which I don't really believe, depending on which killer it is.
Yeah.
Maybe if it's the guy. I don't mean to call women weak. But if it's the guy, maybe. But that woman is not stabbing through that metal partition.
Think so?
Through somebody's head.
I don't know.
With enough force?
I don't know, dude.
Those things can be pretty thick.
Yeah, so if you...
is it made out of styrofoam?
What about the woman's point of view?
What?
Do you think you could swing a knife as hard as me through a bathroom stall if you had to?
Through a partition.
Dude, I don't even think you could put a knife through a
I don't think you could either.
But what if those... Because the partitions are... that's what it is, right? A partition.
A partition, yeah.
Because they're so...
They're metal, though.
Yeah, but they're thin as fuck metal. It's not they're made with the thickest...
I don't know.
I don't think it could happen.
I don't know. I don't mean to get real with this because it's a movie, but it's just funny to me. Every time I watch it, that's what I think of.
For some reason, I think a scary movie where they do the same scene
with the
where
penis.
the dude stick.
Yeah, that's the best. But he doesn't die.
He sticks it right in his ear.
Yeah, but he doesn't die. He comes back. Remember, he has the bandage over his ear.
Yep. sticks are right this year.
That movie's the best.
It is great. Is that Scary Movie?
Yeah, we should rank it. It's better than any Scream movie.
It's kind of, no, I'm not gonna lie.
And somehow the Scream movies have been looped into the Scream series.
I will say, it's, some of the scenes, you think of those, like, you think of the opposite, which is usually what Scary Movie did.
That's why I love the carbon lecture part again.
The
when she farts, he's like, "What's that?" And he's like, "Oh, you heard that? I farted." no, it's popcorn. But anyway, yeah. So they end up dying. Jada Pinkett ends up dying right in the screen, like right in the front of the screen, and everyone's just watching.
Very dramatic.
It's pretty dramatic.
But it's really good, and then it cuts right in.
All right, and this is where I have a beef with this movie. All right, it's turns into American Pie. Like for a while, you got like what's her face, like Ray, what's her name? Rebecca Gayheart, who ended up killing a little kid in real life.
Oh my God, really?
Yeah, drunk driving or something. She ran the kid over.
Oh shit.
Yeah, I don't know if she was drunk driving. I take that back. I don't want to be wrong.
Which one is she?
She's one of those American Pie characters. She's not that important. She ends up dying. She was in the Noxzema commercials.
Sorry to interrupt the podcast. The French Bulldog is being put away because he snorts so loud.
Yeah.
Alright, so yeah, Scream 2. So I guess we can hop to the killer part too.
Yeah. But hold on, let me just finish what I was saying. And I think that's my biggest problem with it, is it got like that American Pie feel.
Oh, so what do you mean?
It's super cheesy. For like the acting is just so bad for a while in part 2. And that's what I noticed. Like I loved it like the first time I saw it, but then every time, like I was saying earlier, every time I watch it, it gets worse and worse and worse. It's just harder and harder and harder to watch. That cafeteria scene with Jerry O'Connell where he starts singing, it makes me want to poke my eyeballs out.
Poke your balls
in my ears and my balls, all of it. Like Jerry O'Connell scene is the worst.
Yeah, you're right.
Where he just starts singing. It has so many bad parts in this movie.
It started out so strong, and then okay, I can see with the whole American Pie aspect.
Yeah, it's
how it's kind of.
What are you guys saying about
the best movie
part
ever?
2?
We're just saying it gets worse and worse with time. Every time you watch it gets worse. But I do love the end. I think the end is great, except for the foam that falls on the person. I love the killer, the man killer. Well,
Mickey!
Yeah, but I forget his real name. He's a good actor.
The Quentin Tarantino film freak.
Yeah, he's so freaking good.
He's really good. This is the role that broke, kind of...
Put him on the map.
Gave him popularity, or some popularity. I always thought him as like the giant forehead. He's got like a massive forehead with like white teeth. I just see the teeth and forehead like a caricature.
Yeah, you know what movie? Have you guys ever seen the movie Go?
No.
You never seen the movie Go?
Oh yeah.
Like the ecstasy pills.
Yeah, like
he's like the dealer in that movie.
Oh.
Yeah, which is freaking pretty cool. And it's got, I forget her name. She was supposed to be famous. She actually looks like a female Matthew Lillard. I just can't remember her name. She was in Dawn of the Dead.
I know exactly what you're talking about. I can't think of her name.
The remake, the blonde. Sarah Pauly.
Sarah Pauly.
Yeah, Sarah Pauly.
Well,
but anyway.
The dude who played Mickey, he did a great job. I mean, super convincing. I kind of liked the twist about the mom because it was still so close to the story of the first movie. Mm-hmm. It was believable. A little far-fetched, but I mean, I think that's part of it, right? They're trying to go over the top.
But that's my favorite part.
Storyline, like, oh no, it's the mom. Like, you know.
That's what I think salvages Scream 2.
How Friday the 13th of you?
Uh-huh.
The only thing that really pisses me off, though, is they kill Randy off. And you know they regret that decision because they did some bullshit in Scream 3 where he's on a video talking about a third movie. Like, he made a video, like, predicting that was going to happen.
You are right, man.
It's such bullshit. And that's another part of Scream 3 I can't stand. We'll get to that when we get to it. But Scream 2 I rank as my number 3 Scream movie. Number 3.
I agree with you.
You're at number 3 as well?
It is. I'm going to place that third.
I think we're all on the same page.
Yeah.
Doug?
Yep. Samey.
Yeah, I know me and Doug are very similar. I think we're exact because I stuck a peek of his rankings. But.
And then I just wanted to give a shout out to Debbie, who was, what's her name in Roseanne?
Jackie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then she plays on the Norm Show too. Which, do you guys ever watch the Norm Show?
I never watched it. No.
I didn't realize. I mean, I watched it a ton when it first came out, like the early 2000s. They had 3 seasons, and I didn't realize how much I watched and I was influenced by it back then. Because there's like jokes I make 20 years later that I'm like, fuck, that's where I got that from. That's where I heard that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But she plays Norm Macdonald's like coworker, and she's she's probably my favorite stuff with her, because she's kind of a, besides the whole killer scene at the end, she's kind of a dud, just like a worried reporter mom type, you know.
Well, pretending to be a reporter.
Pretending, yeah. But she's a riot. So anyone who likes her as an actor, I would definitely check out the Norm Show if you haven't
she's
seen
great.
it. Yeah.
I've always liked her because I watched Roseanne when I was a kid, so I always liked her.
Same here.
And I know she's in other stuff too. I just can't place it. But
I agree. I mean, my mom was watching Roseanne, so I immediately knew who she was.
Yeah.
But it was kind of cool seeing that transition role. I mean, for us, we always saw her as like Aunt Jackie, and then she's a fucking murderer, and that's why I thought that was cool.
Oh, it took me by surprise when I originally saw it. So yeah, so for me, that's what it is. The beginning I really like, and then I think it's a dud movie for about an hour, and then the end rules. I love the end. It actually might have my favorite end of all of them, but overall the movie I didn't think was that great as a whole.
So it started strong, ended strong, but just
kind of the middle was
just fell short in the middle.
Yeah.
I liked it. I don't know.
No, I don't think it's bad.
I still know it doesn't hold up to the first. We all know that. But all right, number 3.
Number 3. So this one came out in 2000. 5.6 on IMDb. Hour and 56 minutes. Another long one. And 41% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah,
so it's the worst ranking on Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah, I see why.
Yeah.
I don't know if anybody else wants to give the kind of idea of what's going on, because I don't remember actually the beginning scene in this one. I think the movie just infuriates me that much that I can't remember parts of it.
Is this the one with the whole recorder?
You know,
the voice box.
The voice box.
The voice recorder, yeah.
What's his name? Billy? Not Billy.
Cotton.
Cotton.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like Cotton's trying to get home to his...
Cotton dies.
He get killed.
Cotton dies.
That's
how it opens up with Cotton dying.
Yes.
Yeah, because they have a voice box that has voice inflection, and that can mimic your voice no matter what, with inflection and everything, which is not even possible today.
Yeah.
It's not. It's not possible. And it's just so annoying, man. That whole, what do they call it, a tchotchke? Is that what they call it?
Yeah.
Where it's just like one of those things they put in the movie just to put in the movie. It's such bullshit. And the whole thing is done with the voice box. One killer in the movie, correct?
Yep.
Like this one only has one.
I think it really is only one killer.
Yeah, I think it's just Roman.
I can't think of a second one. I think it is just Roman. But this movie infuriates me so much. Like, it's just so bad. And there was something else I was thinking of earlier, but I can't place it now. Something else that really pisses me off. Oh, yeah, the Randy part, which I mentioned for 2, when he just he makes a video for the third one.
Yeah.
And I wanted to mention, actually, too, in the second one, I love how he mentions how the body counts always go up.
Mm-hmm.
In the third one, I think it's more gore, maybe. I can't remember. Something like that.
I think 3 is also it's the stab set.
Yes.
And the kills, everyone's being killed off in the sequence. I liked the play on that. I'm like, oh cool, now we're focusing on the stab movies that we've seen in the last movie we had in the intro as a release, and so they're like going down that universe. It's like, stepping into another. I mean, they could really start making stab movies.
Yeah.
And just start a whole new series off of that.
I'm kind of surprised they haven't.
People in the Scream industry would get it. Like, Scream fans would be like, this is badass. Now it's a multiverse. Yeah, it's another multiverse.
But I also think that this one is the one where they went, like, comedic. Like, this is one they tried to be funny, and I don't think it was pulled off that great. Because between the actresses and like the real life people and the actresses, and I think they tried doing a lot of comedy bits, and I think that didn't entertain me very much either.
You're right. They were trying to. It was like the people playing Sydney, and like there was like disagreement. They didn't like each other,
and they would talk to each other like they were really in character.
Yeah,
and it was all this bullshit. I don't know, man. This movie just
there was a lot going on.
But it wasn't terrible.
Oh, I think it was terrible.
I mean, we've all seen way worse than that.
Oh, I'm not saying it's the worst movie ever made, but for the series, it's my least favorite.
I mean, every series has to have a dud.
This is my number 4.
See, this is my number 5.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my number 5 as well.
10 kills, by the way. 10 kills.
10 kills.
So it equals the kill count of part 2 and ties it for the highest so far.
Up to this point, do we find the killers believable? First off, Stu and Billy, we find them believable?
Sure, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you find Mom and Mickey
So I forget why Mickey's involved, but Mom I could see because you killed her son.
Yeah, did you see the rage in her eyes? Yeah, but, like she did a good job looking fucking crazy.
Why is Mickey involved? That's what I don't remember.
She funded his college.
Okay.
So he was like, sure. Cool, I get to be a psycho.
He's going to commit murder, and maybe he's already a little psychopathic.
And I'm going to rise to godly status in the theater, and because, this is going to make me transcend, blah, blah, blah. And then, yeah, I mean, he got the money to go to school.
And Roman didn't get enough attention.
Roman didn't get enough, and it was all tied back to Sydney.
And he's Sydney's brother.
But did we still? So we found Mom and Mickey believable.
Well, yeah, especially since we all grew up on Friday the 13th, where a mom's rage. We all know what that can do.
Mm-hmm. And then did we find Roman believable? I mean,
I see it, but I think it's pulling at strings, man. This is where they start.
Yeah.
Kind of like, all right, we got to make some shit up. Like, she moved to Hollywood for a while. She had this kid. Paid no mind.
Yeah.
And it was like a mysterious part of her life that nobody knew about. I don't know, I think this is where they start clutching at straws, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And I could see why they took a long break.
It just seems like everything goes back to like her mom being like a drunk whore.
Yeah, she's a whore, yeah.
And it's like every movie, well, she had 3 kids that no one knew about, and she talked a lot, and like...
She's like Gam Gam.
Yeah. Gam Gam's a whore.
What?
What are you trying to figure out what movie we're talking about?
We're
on 3.
Alright, thanks.
But yeah, the worst for me. Absolute worst.
3?
Disgusting.
Yeah, so...
Terrible.
Which one was 3 again?
It's the one with the stupid freaking voice recorder
So
thing.
3 is
I think
the
that's
one
what
where
kind of
they're
killed it for me,
trying
like,
to...
right out of the gate.
They're making the stab movie. And the characters are fighting
I didn't mind it.
real.
I really didn't mind it.
Like Kev said, I
it's
do
the
like...
one with the fake house, right?
Yeah, like the set.
But did you like you liked the drama within the movie, less about the horror? You liked that whole sequence of the actors going back and forth with like the original cast?
Yeah,
is that what you liked about it?
I don't know. I think it was a deviation, but I didn't mind it. I think I would put it... I don't know. Maybe in the middle. I might stick that one in the middle.
You're gonna stick that in the middle?
Yeah, it's the middle of the road.
So that's 3 for you?
I'd stick it ahead of 2.
You would?
Which one was 2 again?
that was the second one.
What?
2 was the second one.
2 was the second one.
Yeah. Which one was 2?
Jada Pinkett.
And
oh
no.
yeah, I definitely would put that one ahead of that one.
And no, Lauren is not on drugs.
No,
I do really like the whole idea of like the set and the stab getting more involved in that.
I do too.
But they they kill it for me.
It lacks execution.
Yeah. I love the idea. Like, okay, cool. Like, we're getting back to the house.
I agree.
For like a reason, not just...
You know what, though? There's going to be a purist out there that's a huge Scream fan that's going to want to go back to the original. And I bet the only way around copyright law to have a Scream movie, you can't see my air quotes, will be to use Stab as the title. So somebody might be like, fuck all these sequels, and I'm going to try to do that, but they're going to have to call it something else. Can't call it Scream, God forbid.
Oh, I'm sure they
all the writers got to get their fingers in it and say, we got to link it to Sydney.
I'm sure they copyright Stab, too.
Maybe, dude, but
yeah,
I mean,
sure.
you know what I mean? If you wanted to, like, the only way you drop that jelly bean, Douglas. Oh, here's another one. Here you go.
Thank you. There's one more down there. I remember.
Doug's got butterpink.
Doug is...
Well, you're putting it on the notebook that's...
Doug's casting hard tonight. He's indulging in jelly beans.
Want some, Marco?
I will in a minute.
How do you know those are vegan?
They might not.
Yeah.
Kevin, did you give your ranking on it? It was 4, right? 4 for you?
That was 4 for me, yeah.
4 for you, 5 and 5, and Lolo's in the middle.
Wait, you put it as 4? Meaning like one of the worst?
Second worst.
Yes, second. So.
No, it wasn't that bad.
Oh no, I put it as a 5. Sorry, that's my fucking dead last.
You hate that one?
Scream 3 is my dead last.
Really?
Yes. Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we're gonna have the same exact list. It's awesome. You and him are gonna have the same exact list. I have a feeling. All right, Scream 4. Let's move on.
Yeah. All right, so 2011. So jump 11 years.
There's popcorn.
Oh no, wait, I lied to you guys. Sorry, it's my number 4.
It is. Yeah, that's what you said originally. I thought. I just forgot if you did say it. That's all.
Yeah.
6.2 on IMDb and 61% on Rotten Tomatoes.
What was?
You said what was?
Yeah.
Scream 4.
She's not even listening.
You're high on jelly beans. All right. I don't remember how Scream 4
It opens
started.
with like the false openings, like three different phone calls, 3 different kills, and they're all fake kills. They're all part of Stab, like 6 and 7 or something.
Yeah, and they're
Something
all
like
they're
that.
all big actresses, current, up to date. I can never remember her name, but I just want to
Emma
call
Roberts?
her Suki.
No, she's the main.
Snooki? You know what I'm talking about?
Rogue and Suki.
Yeah, from
Anna Paquin.
Anna Paquin. Thank you. Yeah.
Oh,
So she was big at the time. So of course, got to have another big actress in the beginning. They brought that back, which was nice.
It kind of killed. It bummed me out when they killed her. I was hoping she was going to be like the Scream.
Oh, you thought she was?
Oh, she's at the beginning. I mean,
Yeah, I know. I should have known better with the
that's just how it goes.
It's her and Lauren.
Fly Away Home just does it for me. I don't know.
It's you and your doppelganger. That actress.
Oh, Kristen
Bell. Yeah, that's it. It's her and Kristen Bell.
That's right. Yeah. See, I forget because it goes through 4 different scenes, but that's the original one. Is them two, and then that's part of the movie, or whatever. And then it goes to the other 2, and then it goes to like the 2 in the movie or whatever. Then
Yeah, that was a little bit disorienting.
Worst beginning of all of them, in my opinion, by far. Like worst intro.
Oh.
Yeah, I actually agree with you.
Yes. Out of the intros,
the Cotton one rivals it too, but
Which
that
one?
one was pretty bad. Scream 3, but
Scream 3.
this one might still be the worst.
I don't remember Scream 3's intro.
It's with the voice fucking stupid recorder.
I don't know what
He's trying to like get to the apartment to
Save his girlfriend.
But it's really
a guy talking on a box that has his exact voice with inflection.
What I liked about 4 was it still had a little bit of the tie to the first one, obviously with Sydney, but yes, still within the family because we did already see that.
Yep.
But what I liked is they brought another female lead in. They gave you the play that she was going to be. Oh, here's the new Sydney. They're passing the torch, and she turned out to be the killer. That was great.
Yeah, it definitely had a great twist. And what I did like about this movie compared to, say, 3, it went back to basics.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it kind of just was like, all right, we're going to drop the comedy aspect of it. Obviously, it has a little bit. All Scream has a little comedy, but 3 was just a little over the top.
Yeah.
And this one goes back to like that basic, like, we're going to kill fucking everybody. And that's what I liked about it, you know, and I just thought, like, Emma Roberts did a really good job. I think she played a psycho, unhinged, really well.
She's an amazing
She
actress.
did.
And I don't know what else she's in.
She might give her.
She's recognizable, but
her aunt a run for her money.
yeah. Is that Julia's niece?
It's
Oh, I
her
didn't know
niece.
that. Okay.
Yeah, and I mean, she played a great psychopath.
She's no Eric Roberts, though.
Which one's Eric?
That's the brother. That's the best, man.
she was in We're the Millers.
Oh, that's right. She's the daughter.
She's
the fake daughter.
The fake daughter, yeah. Wow,
she's great
child.
in it.
Yeah, she's a fun
She
actress.
makes out with her brother, and then she gets caught.
We all agree. I liked the kills. I did.
14 of them, by the way, in this one.
I liked the
highest kill count.
Wow.
So far.
That it was the live stream again. What's going on in society? It's the tech age now. They're incorporating that in with the cameras and everything. So I thought that was awesome.
Yeah, it was good, and I love like the way they killed Anthony Anderson off, where he gets stabbed in the head and he keeps going the cop.
Yeah,
it's like one of my favorite kills, and he's still moving.
Oh,
yeah, it's the best. Overall, I love it. I love the end scene. It was in the hospital, where she starts to like, beating the shit out of herself.
Oh, with the defibrillator.
Yeah, it's just so good.
And she looks crazy, like almost exorcist-like.
Yeah.
You can see that her eyes are bloodshot.
Yeah, I honestly like. I like her the best. I think she's my favorite antagonist as far as acting wise. Like Stu, I think's a little over the top. She's just unhinged and crazy.
She was great. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I like the chemistry of the boys. and the film students again. They had their own live cast. Yada yada yada.
Culkin though did a good job with her. They both did a good job.
It's Mick Culkin to you.
Forgot about Rory McCulkin.
Rory McCulkin.
You don't like Rory Culkin?
If you guys don't know,
it's from Lords of Chaos because he was in that movie, and Kevin kept calling him Rory McCulkin, so now he's always Rory McCulkin.
Wait, what do I call him?
Rory Culkin.
You were fine. You were fine.
You said it right.
Yeah, I messed you up.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah. But he always called it Rory McCulkin, so now it's just something we always say every time Rory McCulkin comes up.
I can't not see it or say it.
He'll always be Rory McCulkin, and I can meet the dude and be like, "Hey, McCulkin,
what's up, bro?
What's up, bro?"
I'm glad my errors could make us laugh.
I'm sure Kevin was all serious about it too. He's like, "Oh, McCulkin."
What's the word?
I was very serious.
Visceral.
Visceral, yeah.
This podcast is brought to you by Visceral.
By the word visceral.
But overall, this is my second favorite. This I rank at number 2.
Yeah, this is my number 2.
I agree. Number 2.
Yep, same here.
And I love who I love in that movie also as well as Hayden Panettiere. I don't know her character name in it, but she is the best. She's like, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah,
like,
she's a badass. Yeah. She's beautiful. Yeah. And I agree with you too. We should have seen more of her character development. Mm-hmm. I think she would have been a way better segue away from Sydney.
I do too.
It would have been a good segue.
And I wish actually like they involved a few of the other cast members. I know that wasn't the intention in the next one.
First like Scream group of people that they casted that were almost better than the original. Like it was just very close. They just had that chemistry better than the original. Almost.
I agree.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because you know how like, and I know we'll get to the last one, but oh my god, there's zero chemistry to the group in the last one, and this one just actually almost nailed it.
Mm-hmm.
Where you're right, we probably wanted a little bit more, which is a good thing.
Right.
That's what
I would have loved to have seen these characters, but go ahead.
That's what kind of bums me out too. Going from the hour, like, okay, they're going this way with it, you know, and then you get Scream 5.
Boom.
It's like
bag of shit.
Hashtag money grab.
All right.
Hashtag
rank Scream 4 and we'll get into the bag of shit.
I need to hear why you actually like that movie because
I'll tell you why.
It's terrible.
Go ahead. What's your ranking on it? 4.
My ranking?
Yeah.
That was 5th.
You ranked it 2.
You ranked it the worst?
Yeah.
Scream 4.
You thought 4 was the
worst? I'm sorry. 2. Yeah, fuck me.
You guys, I gave my ranking. You guys didn't. That's why I'm asking.
Yeah. Yeah, that's second for me.
That is my second.
Yeah, that was second. We said it.
Oh, you did say it?
Yeah, we did say it.
Oh, my apologies.
That's all right.
My bad.
So right now we all agree Scream, the original, and Scream 4. Yep. That's second.
So Scream 5. Let's get into the more recent one.
It's actually... I misspoke. It's not Scream 5.
Oh, Scream.
It's Scream 2022.
Oh, we'll just call it Scream 5.
Yeah.
Yeah, what I did like about it is I didn't mind the opening and stuff. I liked the first hour. I thought that there was some good build-up. I thought the heroine, the sister that ran away was pretty good. The opening scene was decent. You know, the only opening scene where the person doesn't get killed, too, by the way. She actually survives, I'm pretty sure. Right? Am I right on that?
I don't remember.
Yeah.
I don't know what fucking movie I watched.
It was awful.
The girl is getting chased in the beginning, like we've seen time and time again.
Mm-hmm.
Again, I'm going into this thinking this is a new era of Scream. Wow me with something different. Immediately, that's what I'm thinking. Do something different. We get to the opening scene, it's the same shit over and over again. The worst part is there's no death, because now we have to hear about the story of the sisters, because we didn't have her killed. So now they're like, we're gonna create this fucking story to go behind it. But there's no story. We barely know anything about the sisters. And then all of a sudden we're cutting to the hospital, and there's a group of ratty-ass teenagers standing around, and one female character... I forget her name. I'm not really sure who she is. She's one of the friends and one of the killers.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you guys know her name.
Yeah, which is the worst part of that movie.
Oh,
the reveal.
Amber?
And she's like, I'm mad at you. This is your sister. But we're like, okay, why are you mad? Like, and there's some weird sexual grudge. I'm like, is this sexual chemistry that she has for her? Or is this like, is she supposed to be angry? I couldn't really tell what they were trying to show. Mm-hmm. And then me and Lauren are like, who the fuck are these people? knew really nothing about them except for the one kid from that Netflix show, and his mom is
Tyler,
Deputy
yeah.
Judy.
Well, I say Tyler because he's Tyler on this other show I'm watching.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Popular actor, probably one of the most well known that you would think would get killed off because you're like he's a big actor, so they tried to play with that still. But there's no fucking character development, and that's what it makes this dead last for me, because I don't give a shit about anybody who dies in this movie, so I don't know anything about anybody. Almost every other Scream, they gave you a plot or backstory of
Something
those
to grab
characters
onto. Yeah.
to grab onto.
Yeah, well, I mean,
And this one, like, forced these people in front of us, but didn't give us any...
There was zero
Well,
connection to any
look,
one of them.
I liked a few of the characters in it. I liked Randy's niece. I thought she was good. The black one, the niece. Yeah, she had the twin brother or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't care for the brother, but I liked her. And I didn't mind the main character and the person who got stabbed at the beginning. What I think killed the movie in a way, like I said, I thought it was entertaining for the first little bit of it. But what crushed it was as soon as the old characters came back, all the other characters disappeared for like 40 minutes.
And then
that was, I think, the biggest problem with that movie.
And then we had clips of the old characters aimlessly fucking walking around in jogging attire, talking on cell phones about, oh, where's the killer? And with really nothing to do with the movie or anything productive.
Yeah.
This time around, oh, quick, let's get a shot of Sydney.
They were
And
Galen to try to do her investigative work, but there was nothing. There was no plot.
yeah, oh, let's just pan to Gale and Sydney quickly walking on a bridge for 10 minutes of the movie.
Yeah,
It was just pointless having them there. Again, it was, hey, let's bring some people back to kill them, or maybe put them, in the next one at some point. I can't even believe they're considering Scream 6.
This one did good. Actually got ranked pretty high.
Yeah,
I mean, you guys, I think, are in the minority on this, to be honest. But
dude,
Right,
it was fucking garbage. You know what it became? It became a fucking Scooby-Doo movie where they just said that you could take any random person and, oh, it's Old Man Winkins from the fucking mine. It's like there's no backstory. Like, we know more about Mr. Winkins than we do with any of these characters.
No backstory.
They're unlikable for the most part. And like Kevin said, I don't even enjoy watching you die. I dislike you that much. I don't even want to see you fucking die.
Yeah. Like I said, I liked the beginning of it. I thought the first hour was fine. The end of it sucked. The last hour sucked. I'll be honest with it. But
Getting rid of Dewey? Come on. Boo.
Who cares? I mean, I think they got to retire those characters anyway.
Yeah, but I don't know. That was kind of a tough one. I didn't see that coming. But then when I
did.
Nev Campbell
I knew one of them was going to go and it was going to be Dewey, because he gets stabbed in every single one.
I was over it though when however, I mean, way shorter and smaller than Dewey. That killer obviously reaches up over Dewey to stab him, or, on his sides would have to have that reach to do it, and also take a grown man and toss him like that. And, it's the little female character that's like, ha ha, I'm the one that killed Dewey in the hospital. No fucking way. Not believable.
Yeah. Right. And that's where that movie lost me as well.
Yeah, I was like...
It was right there.
And Richie sucked, too.
Which one was Richie?
Richie was the killer with
Amber. Oh, yeah. Again.
The whole movie, I'm like, this guy sucks. I want him to die immediately, but then, of course, he's the killer, so he survives.
The reveal is horrible, this one.
Yeah.
With the way it ended, requel and stuff, I thought that shit was shit, but... They did that because that's what the ongoing thing in horror is right now.
The way it ended,
so I get why they did it, but yeah.
Sydney steps in to save the day, and it's a whole real bad. It's just a real bad, weak ending.
Again, yeah, the last 40 minutes were tough for me, but I didn't mind the first hour. And how long's the movie?
What really killed it?
First hour.
First hour.
Yeah, I was fine.
What killed me was when Nev Campbell and Courtney Cox go to the house, and they're like, exactly. They're out front, like, oh. What does she say? Fucking like decoy or like,
yeah.
I don't know. It's just like Nev Campbell has no PTSD from going through this 12 times. You know what I mean? She just shows up and this badass.
Well, I mean, she's gone through it 5 times. She's used to it. So
I think they actually didn't do bad with that because she did act like she really didn't want to go. It was.
But when they are there, her and Courtney Cox, and just that whole scene too, Courtney gets shot and she's bleeding and hurt, and then all of a sudden she's fine for the rest of the movie until they're hugging on the fucking... And this is just me getting into nitpicking it. The main character gets fucking stabbed and twisted in her fucking organs. Somehow she's able to just walk around and You know, and
aimlessly walking around trying to be.
It was dumb.
And they don't even have her on a stretcher. She went to the hospital with her sister. Like, you think, dude, like these people.
Total play on Halloween too.
Yeah, I don't know. I had high hopes for it, and I heard such good things about it too. You know?
A lot of people really like this movie. I didn't like it that much, but I didn't think it was bad either, though.
You have to remember who's watching.
The end was bad.
Where did you rank this?
I ranked it second to last.
Okay, all right.
We have to remember.
It's still at the tail end.
It's doing
I don't
very
like
well.
I thought you said it was your favorite. I missed it.
I just thought I thought part of it was entertaining.
He ranks it 4.
I ranked it 4.
Okay.
Yeah, part of it's entertaining. I don't mind the first 40 minutes. I don't mind it. It just when the new characters come back, I'll say it again because I think you missed it. I think it derails the movie completely and it stops character development. I think that's the issue, is the old characters.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
Because, literally, Randy's niece and nephew disappear for 40 minutes, and I think they had potential to be the best characters in that movie.
Yeah.
I love the niece. The niece is awesome.
Yeah, you're not wrong. I think they were great.
Yeah, and I think that's what really, really, really kills the movie. And that's why I hate the end as well. The reveal sucked. I know I just said it, but
none of it was connected. None of it was connected.
Right.
So
I do get this though. So Marco, you're a Gen Z, or are you millennial?
I have no idea.
Marco is an undetermined. He's an undetermined.
I think you'd be
79. I think it's Gen Z, right?
Yeah, I think you'd be Gen Z.
Gen Z.
Marco's 10 years older than me.
And we're millennials, right? This is the whole new generation. They don't have the attention span, literally, for a movie. If you think about it. And that's the truth. Scientifically, with the attention span of how fast TikTok is and everything, it's shorter. They just have a shorter attention span. So think about it. They made this movie for that attention span. Sorry, but there doesn't need to be a story. That's the whole point. They're moving on. They're already all right, boring. Yep, what's next? We're we need to have feeling in this. I need to feel I feel for these characters. Not today, man. It's how fast can I swipe left or right on this scene? Okay.
Yeah, no, that's a good way to put like Tinder or something, or something where swipe left, swipe left. You know what I mean?
I think it is the difference in our generation where we're expecting more, and they're just trying to they're going with the modern audience today that doesn't give a shit about the backstory.
Do you feel this was a cash grab?
I think
because of Halloween Kills, or do you think that?
Yeah, I think that's probably something to do with it, but
I think partly.
I think they really tried. I just think they failed, man.
It just seemed like
as a whole.
It just seemed rushed to me.
Yeah, but again, if I know older people older than me that really like this movie. I thought it was alright.
Old and senile.
I'm not a hater of the movie. I just think it wraps up badly. It just the end just really it doesn't you guys said that there really is no plot. I just like when the killer's running around at first, doing the usual shit. Because even all the other movies, the plot doesn't really work itself out to the last 20 or 30 minutes. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I expected. So that's why the end fucking killed me. That's why I said, yeah, it was somewhat entertaining. Because I really didn't mind the beginning. Because that's how all the Scream movies are. In a way. Then you figure it all out at the end. But then they fucking crazy shit with the requel. And like you said, with the stupid kill with Dewey. And it just went to shit.
I was invested in the opening scene. Regardless if it's been done before. I was like, I had really high hopes. And then it just turned for me, Uh-huh. That actress is pretty well known. It just, if you're going to do what you're doing, oh, geez, you didn't kill her. Oh, whoa, didn't see that coming. Great, but then we got a really bad storyline behind it. And if they would have had a crazy ass storyline, I might have liked that. But it was just terrible.
Oh, and the best part of it though is James A. Janice.
They had an opportunity.
And his wife there, I can't remember her name right now, from the Dead Meat podcast. They're in it for 2 seconds. I like that. Shout out to Dead Meat. Put me on your show. I want to be a guest. But anyway, I rank it second to last. Doug?
Same.
Second to last?
Dead last.
Okay. So, just to refresh.
Dead last.
Lolo's dead last. So, just to refresh, I ranked from best to worst was 1, 4, 2, 5, 3.
Yep.
That was my ranking.
Mine was the same. Me and Mark got the same one.
And I think Kevin's the same, just flip-flop the last 2.
Yeah.
I think mine in the middle are different. But 3 and 2. I think 3 and 2.
Yeah, you put 2. You put 2 up. No, you put 3 up above 2.
Yeah. And now, what other freaking franchises are gonna get ruined? See how Halloween Ends goes.
I did see Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the new one.
I've heard very mixed things on this one. This is a love it or hate it movie too.
Kevin, you liked it?
I enjoyed it. I mean,
what I did see though, it has a pretty short run time.
Yeah, it's to the point.
I didn't see it, so.
Did
you see it, Doug?
No, I haven't seen it. It's on my list.
Go ahead, Kevin. I'm sorry.
It's playing on society. It's really like modern society right now. It's like millennials are buying up old, broken down, city fronts, and they're gentrifying the area, and this, that, and the other thing. And so it's like that's what it's about.
Yeah.
So they come and buy this shitty town, and oh, guess who's still living in town, boys and girls? Leatherface is still here. And they just all die. Like, they immediately get to this town to set up to, like, have a party, and people are taking pictures of, like, oh, there's this future restaurant will be and stuff. He just kills all the millennials that bought the property. It's just a fucking bloodbath. So I found it fun. Like, it was fun. And somebody...
I know there's a bus scene.
The bus scene.
Right?
The best part of this movie...
I did hear about that.
...is... the fucking video cameras, right? He comes on swinging with a chainsaw, and everybody, what's the first thing everyone does? They pull up their cell phone, and they're videotaping, and then he goes up to one dude, and he was like, I am taping this right now. I will sue you. And just, like, saws the guy in half. But it's just fun, like, totally making fun of society.
Yeah, I gotta check it out. I'm a big fan of the first two Texas Chainsaws.
Well, and I think this one too. He's wearing another woman's mask, so they're trying.
It's always
incorporating.
It's always different. Yeah.
He was they're like, oh well, he's transgender in this one or something. They were trying to play on it.
I think that there was something like that. The speculation that he's transgender anyway.
Yeah, and who cares?
Before the movie came out.
Yeah, who cares,
yeah,
right?
Who gives a shit? But.
He's giant and frightening.
But he always has a different... If you notice, though, his
mentally
mask
unstable.
is always slightly different.
Mm-hmm.
Always.
Mentally unstable.
Different skins.
Not worried about his sex or... Yeah, I found it to be fun. I think it was on Netflix. Did an incredible job for what they could. It was better than Scream 5. For sure.
No, yes, I don't doubt it.
They brought back the original survivor, Sally.
Yeah.
Brought her back as a badass sheriff, very Jamie Lee Curtis, Laurie Strode character brought back. Kind of fucked up and disturbing. She's pretty rough, and
well, I mean, that movie came out 50 years ago.
Yeah, but they roughed her. Like, I mean, kind of like with Laurie Strode's character, they made her kind of, backwoods, rigid.
I get you. I get you.
She had a super rough sandpaper look to her purposely.
Mm-hmm.
And then, like, just fucking dies. Like, she tries to kill him, and then it doesn't work, and then he just keeps coming back. So then they drown him, and they shoot him, and they fucking, and then all of a sudden...
Basically pull a Michael Myers.
At the end, they're in their self-driving Tesla, and the sisters go to get away, and... You're like, oh, happy ending, and he's dead. We killed him. His sister love and stuff like this. Oh, that's also one of the kids is triggered by gun violence, so it also ties gun violence into this somehow. But I think it did it well enough. And then so it ends, and you're like, the sisters are in the self-driving car, and all of a sudden, he comes out of nowhere, grabs one of the sisters, and kills her.
Yeah.
And then the other one's stuck in the self-driving car, looking back in the window. No! Yeah. So, it was good. They could have really just killed Leatherface off, I think. And it would have been like, cool, we made a really good one-off, fun movie sequel. They didn't, though, so I think they went a little too far.
Yeah, I wonder if this one, is it the same thing? They did, like, the requel, whatever the situation is, that it's kind of a sequel of the first one, or is it just kind of in line with everything else?
This is this is a broken off from, this is only tied, they're doing a Halloween 2018 thing.
So it's only tied to the first one.
It's only tied to the first one.
Nothing
else exists. Yeah, that's its own universe. By the way,
Part 2 is so ridiculous.
you're welcome for getting a free Texas Chainsaw Massacre bonus podcast in the middle of our...
You should
we're
just,
at
like-
the end of our Scream...
It's all right.
You should just cut it off and just release it
Series.
as some little like 10-minute podcast.
Hey, the last time us three did a podcast together was the shortest podcast we ever did on a movie anyway.
Yeah, so this was good.
26 minutes, fucking Bone Tomahawk, so...
Well, we should
gotta
end
give
it...
a little extra content.
We should probably end it just to make sure that this saves. That would
Yeah,
be
we're good.
smart of us.
Hey, we did what we came to do, so...
All right, thanks for joining us again. It's been a long time. This is Kev.
Hey!
Doug.
And Lois, she's sleeping already. Our guest did not like this podcast. Another dissatisfied customer.
Thank you.